Hi, I'm making this video to help other people who may be having problems with their Sharp microwave drawer, specifically the control panel opening and latching mechanism. This is a Sharp SMD2480cs model. And what happened was it was working fine, but one day when I just leave this open often, and one day I bumped into this with my leg and kind of forced it down a little bit. Pretty hard actually, and ever since then it was never closing properly. It would just, I'd try and push it in and it would just reopen. That latch would never engage. Here I've actually fixed it already, but it was not engaging like it normally should. So I ended up taking it apart. I called Sharp and they're pretty useless in terms of helping. They didn't provide any assistance and they don't sell any spare parts for this machine or have any service manuals. So you just really have to kind of figure it out. I don't take any responsibility for anyone who uses this video. Microwaves can be very dangerous. They have a lot of electricity and capacitance in them, and even when they are unplugged, the unit still has enough energy in it that it can give you an electrical shock. So do this at your own risk and be cautious. If you don't feel comfortable at any point, please take your microwave to a service professional. So the first thing I did when I was disassembling it was remove this control panel. There's 8 screws that need to be removed. If you look in the back of the control panel, you can see there's 4 of them. Here's 2 on one side, and on the other side there's another 2 right here and here. And then you open the drawer, which can actually be done with the unit on or off, preferably unplugged, and you get out these 4 screws right here on either side. There's 2 here, there's another 2 here which I did not remove, and there's these 2 which I again did not remove, and then these 2 out here. So the outer 2 on each side underneath the control panel. And then after that you kind of have to, you can rock the control panel forward. There's some plastic tabs here that right here, here, and here. So you open the control panel and you can see those little plastic tabs right there, there, and there. So you take a flathead screwdriver and push all 4 of those little tabs back. Then you'll be able to pull the whole control panel unit, kind of rock it forward once those screws are removed and once those 4 tabs are out. And then it rests on 3 little tabs, one right here, one in the middle, and one on the other side. Same thing, and you'll just rock it out and it'll come out. There'll be 2 wires that are attached. You'll just have to unclip those. It's pretty simple. And then you'll have the control panel off. And again, do this with the microwave unplugged. I'll show you the next part of the video when I have the control panel off. So I have the control panel disassembled here, and you can see the problem. What happened is there's these 2 tabs right here and here which prevent the control panel from going too far forward when you open it. The issue is that when it was pushed too far out, this little metal stopper tab got bent, and now it's preventing it from closing properly. So I'll show you here. You can see it's slightly bent out this way compared to this side, which is nice and flush with the other metal part right here. So what happens is when it's in normal operation, this closes and opposes this plastic piece very tightly. But when the tab is bent out, like over here, you can see the plastic and metal contact before it's able to close fully. So what we really need to do is just unscrew this small piece, bend this back straight, put it back in, and it should work fine. So you can see here, got the part, the little metal tab removed using that 1 screw, and you can see the curve right here where the metal tab is bent. We'll just have to get 2 pliers and try and bend it back so that it's as straight as possible, it doesn't interrupt that mechanism. So I got the tab straightened very easily, just took a couple seconds, and I put the screw back, put it back on with this 1 screw. You can see it's much straighter now. It's not lifting off right here anymore from the other piece of metal. And when I close it, you can see it closes all the way and the metal tab doesn't impede the plastic from closing fully. So I'm going to get this back on the microwave and see if it works. So when reassembling this control panel back onto the microwave, first order of business is getting these two wire harnesses reattached to their respective connectors, which is pretty straightforward. And then you'll see that there's these little metal tabs that engage right here, these plastic tabs that engage with the metal right there. There's one right in the middle, and then there's one over here on the left side that goes into that hole. And then there's additional upper tabs. So you'll just have to engage those three lower ones and then lift the whole mechanism up. I'm going to turn off the camera when I do it. And this plastic piece also has to go on top of the metal here. Same with the other side. Finally got the control panel back on and the microwave's working fine. Getting that plastic back on takes a lot of effort. You have to look at all these, there's dozens of plastic tabs that you have to kind of align to get it back on. And unfortunately there's no repair manual or anything available from Sharp. I tried contacting them and they're pretty useless. So you just have to look at it and try and push all the little plastic pieces back where they belong. You'll notice plastic parts bulging out if you don't have all of the tabs in place, which took me quite a while to get all of them in. After you get it back on, there's 4 screws on the back right here, and same thing on the other side, this one and this one, that have to be put in. And then underneath, you open the drawer. You can do it with the unit off, preferably. And there's 2 screws, one here, and then over on the other side, there's another 2 screws under here. There's several screws in the middle, 4 of them, that actually never took off, but they may make it easier. You could try disassembling it that way. But ultimately, you can see here what the control panel function is now. It just closes on one push. This is normal.